Halo, halo, siema. Mam nadzieję, że nie jest za głośno, bo wczoraj widziałem, że całkiem głośno było, jak się wydarłem, więc no. Odpalamy Starfielda i lecimy dalej, no. Nie, Maćko? Program streamujący już wykrył Starfielda? Jeszcze nie. Teraz wykrył. Wczoraj zrobiliśmy misję poboczną. Znaczy nawet to nie jest misja poboczna, tylko to była misja frakcyjna. Misję frakcyjną do tropicieli. To odblokowało ogólnie nam dostęp do misji tropicieli, ale bardziej do wydawcy tropicieli, który za specjalną walutę, którą nazywa się Astra, będzie nam oferować jakieś legendarne przedmioty. Nie wiem, czy ja mam akurat 3 Astry. Teraz zobaczymy. Tak, mam akurat 3 Astry. I za jego pomocą możemy sobie kupić coś legendarnego. Zobaczymy, co nam to oferuje. To jest bodajże chyba wąs.
How about that? We got a new tracker in the building. Name's Stash. And I'm more than just a pretty face. You ever need my help, you can step right over here to my little corner, and whether it's for business or... I got all sorts of equipment.
Dajesz mu 3 Astry i dostanę legendarkę bodajże.
Pleasure doing business with you.
To jest losowe. Zapalający doskonały skafander piratów. No i więcej Astry nie mam, nie?
Hold on. No problem. I tinker. I make, modify, and refurbish weapons, but I don't do it for free and I don't do it for credit. And you get whatever I give you. No questions.
I mean, look at you now. Not a speck of blood on you.
Darn right they trust me. The modifications are solid. My gear's always held up.
I will try to be more careful, but I make no promises.
Matter of fact, I do. But the most interesting ones aren't from my tracker field. See, I was a scrappy little neon street rat. I tinkered, built homemade weapons, and armor made out of scrap. That's right. Gangbangers and other lowlives. I saw what they used these weapons for, but I had to make money. Well, I don't miss it, that's for sure. No, and yes. No, it's Stash, like my mustache. Yes, it's kind of on the nose, like my mustache. Well, under it, but you get the... But yeah, it does work out like that, doesn't it? You're not the first to suggest it, and And before you ask, no, I didn't grow the stash because I got a stash of goods or vice versa. So, I'm working on getting some new stock, so...
Co on nam dał? Zapalający doskonały skafander... Co? Korsarski? Całkiem dobre, no ale jak widzicie, nie tak dobre jak to, co mam teraz na sobie, więc... Trafi do ładowki. Do niej dobiegniemy. To dało nam również dostęp do misji pobocznych. I możemy tutaj zarobić całkiem spore kwoty, z tego względu, że mam moda, który to podnosi. Generalnie mod powinien to podnosić pod levele, ale jak wziąłem sobie mój poziom, no to tu zaczęły wyskakiwać milionowe kwoty, więc troszeczkę przesada była. I zmniejszyłem to po prostu do... Możemy sobie wziąć jedną misję.
Tracker.
Bardziej spodziewałem się, że da nam jakąś broń, ale w sumie chyba nie ma lepszej broni niż to, co teraz mamy.
Tracker. Yes, patience is your #1 virtue. Well, that is some. As a novice tracker, I was impetuous. He would wait for me to act rashly and falter, which gave him the upper hand he needed to escape. It wasn't until I understood the value of patience that I caught up with him and finally claimed the bounty on his head. Not much. I've been doing this longer than any of the other trackers. I pay little mind to the claim I was the best. I've no need to compare and no ego to feed. My specialty is tracking our most elusive targets, which takes longer. Sometimes months or years. That being said, I rarely go on the hunt these days. My experience is now far more Not quite. It is rare that a tracker lives long enough that they can choose to retire. Some of us decide to continue our service to the Alliance as agents and offer our services as guides and teachers. Does that worry you at all? Does it change your mind about... Of course. Just understand that I'm the exception, not the rule. Be well.
A kim był
Hey, yo.
czołg?
Always happy to hang with another tracker. Oh, hey! I heard we were getting a new tracker. Nice to meet you. Call me Tank. I'm new around here too, but if you've ever seen me run the Red Mile, you know. Anyway, hit me up if you want to swap pointers. Good. It's been good. I mean, people may be unpredictable, but they're easier to take down than the beasts on Porima 3. And the other trackers seem to appreciate my work. Even the grumpy ones who think I'm too soft. But they shut up real quick when... Probably because I'm too friendly. Almost everyone around here is either all business or standoffish. Maybe that's just what happened. But nah, not me. Gotta take some time away from being a ruthless bounty hunter to be a real human being, you know? Otherwise... And it's the same with some of these targets. Some of them just messed up real bad and deserve... You need to remember, they're people. And not just a picture with the fat creds... I don't know. There's gotta be something, right? Like, how would you deal with a target that seems ready to blow your brains out, but you know he's not in his right mind? Like, he's... Ending someone's life is never easy. You'd think it would be for trackers like us, given the dead part of wanted dead or... It is for some, but I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be. Yet, if I've got to do it, I will. Like you... I just feel bad. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. 19 successful runs last I checked the leaderboard. Anyway, keeps my skills sharp. Which is even more important now that I know I don't look like much of a tracker or a runner, but I'm cool with people underestimating me. Makes it that much more special. Hey, catch you on the flip.
Coś możemy tu zrobić, czy nie?
Hey, Tank, how you doing there?
My time is yours, should you need it.
Not as much as you.
The Alliance is strong and getting stronger by the day.
Plus, I still have to train for my next Red Mile run. You know, in case I decide to go again.
You're really gonna keep doing it?
You got time
Jakąś
for a
książkę
chat?
znalazłem.
I appreciate it when you're able.
Practice your skills and make some extra credits while you're at it. Hey, you should try it sometime. Unless you're afraid you can't take it. What? Me? Nah, I can do both those.
Myślałem, że tam coś fajnego jest, ale...
Think about it.
Dobra, wracamy na statek, bo cały czas wyskakuje, że obciążona jest. Nie wiem czemu, co wziąłem tylko jeden skafander, już jest obciążona? Pomijając całe 15 broni, które ze sobą nosi.
Rock might have some work for someone like you.
Okay, now I've seen everything.
Moją drogą nie pamiętam, czy za pierwszym razem jak przyłączałem się do przymierza, to była możliwość wybrania sobie niku Mantis. Wtedy to jest ciekawe, bo ten strój jest Mantis. I może być dlatego taka opcja, że właśnie mam ten strój? Nie wiem. Ale jeśli Mantis była w sumie tropicielką i ja teraz przejąłem jej strój, to w sumie dobrze, że teraz ja jestem oficjalnie Mantis. Bo Mantis szukała jakby na swojego następcy i ona myślała, że jej syn będzie następcą, ale jej syn chciał to wszystko sprzedać. Bo był z tymi, z gromadzynową flotą, czyli z piratami. To Mantistyką może być jakby wybraniec. Coś takiego. Nie, on tu jeszcze pierdolę różnych rzeczy przecież. Ten termiczny. O, to jest ciekawe, nie? Bo doskonały skafander przymierza tropicieli jest mocniejszy od Mantisa. W wielu aspektach. Ale nie jest legendarny, więc ja go nie chcę. Po prostu go odłóżmy do ładowni i tyle. Co do broni natomiast... Nie mam pojęcia, co to jest. Jaka to jest szybkostrzelność? To widzicie? 400. Ja muszę sobie zobaczyć tego roztrzaskującego mózgu coś tam. Co to jest?
Sorry, I was lost in a memory for a
To
moment.
jest jak jakiś pierdolony minigun. Lol, dziwna broń. Trafia do tego. Do składzika. Dobra, no i generalnie rzecz biorąc, co my tu możemy jeszcze zrobić? No, możemy w sumie pokończyć misję w tym. O. Może to zrobimy?
Is something amiss?
Ty tam technik spierdala.
Hell of a view from here.
Lecimy na Atlantydę tam porobić sobie misję.
Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
Anything? Need some work done? Okay, no problem.
No to ogólnie też jest misja u sierżanta Yumiego bodajże. A, to porozmawiać z agentem Platonem, dobra.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay. No bounty.
A, tu sam z nami biega. Miałem bareta wziąć. A w każdym bądź razie teraz jak jesteśmy tropicielem, to będziemy widzieć wśród pieszych osoby do zatrzymania.
Keep moving right through the checkpoint.
Ahoy, Captain!
Ja mam pojęcie, gdzie ona idzie, szczerze powiedziawszy.
Take off, Captain. Can we talk?
Co ten chce gadać?
You know, traveling with you has been something else. But the best part is when we're charting course, I never feel at home planetside. Well, how non-committal of you. See, the people I don't get are the ones who never go anywhere. They stay in their own home there's a whole galaxy. How can they be satisfied with one? I mean, you're right, but I think everyone should at least get out once. Get out of your comfort zone so you can really see that the worlds are more than just... There's a mess of ugly out there, but my God. Space. That great. I want to be the code that finds something deep out there. So, I'd like to discover something that moves people. Makes them feel just a bit of what I... Always keep them guessing. Yeah, it's funny, as much as Jacob, my dad, cashes in on the family name. And I get it. It's dangerous, sometimes scary out there. But that's what exploration is. Going off the map and seeing if they're... I couldn't ask for better company.
Kto tu się kręcił? Nie wiem, kto tu był zaraz. Gdzie jest kurwa Barret?
Eggs. Never mind. Sorry. Am I ready to hop into a ship and explore the galaxy?
Barret, good to see you. You too. Just not too much fun.
You got it, my friend.
Kto tam coś rozsypał, kurwa? No nie! Myślałem, że się zbugowało.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay. No.
A Maciuś. O proszę, mamy tutaj kogoś. Zabieramy go.
You startled me. Mind giving me some space? You must have gotten some bad information. I haven't done anything. I don't see a viable alternative here, bucko. You make a good point, I guess. Fine, I'll come along. Can't wait for my lawyer to hear about this.
Evening, ma'am.
I won't move from this location. I promise. Don't kill me. I've surrendered.
No i co, przyjdzie ktoś po niego, czy to tak ma być?
How long will it take for them to pick me up and take me to jail or wherever?
To jest dobre pytanie.
I won't move from this location. I promise.
your ship come in. Nice ride. Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask for.
Nie wiem, on tam ma chyba zostać. No i mi misję przestawiło.
Don't kill me. I've surrendered.
I've got to see this through. So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is... I have to go in there, but I really, really don't want to. You think? I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Thanks. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for...
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers.
A visit from Mast. How delightful.
Trade Authority seems to be doing just fine for themselves, unsurprisingly.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back.
I've got to see this through.
Do you mind? This is my private office.
Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or...
Relax. She's not going to want to get blood all over this nice clean floor.
I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay? Okay, you're probably right. Just need to breathe. Hi there.
Ty co tu robisz?
Well,
Pierdalaj.
Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you, I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and I've been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so... I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box?
Lol. Czy ja wiem mniej więcej o co tu chodzi. Zrobiłem tę misję na pierwszym save'ie. To ktoś z powierzchni pobiera prąd. Dolecimy?
Hey there. You should be getting close. Hello? Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear?
And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed.
We've agreed to work together on this. Once you throw the switch, we can direct you to the next junction box. That's it, thanks. Let's just take a look here. Okay, you're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay? Thank you for trusting that a lifelong employee of MASS knows what she's talking about.
Oh, please.
I'm sure you can handle whatever challenge might be associated with reaching the box. You're doing great. And that was indeed the correct junction box. See that, Zoe?
Yes, fine. Let's move on.
Okay, just making sure you saw it. So, now things get interesting. I can't find the next spot on any of my current diagrams.
And I can begrudgingly confirm that she's reading them correctly. We've reached the conclusion that it must be somewhere on the surface, outside the well. Miss Reyes has suggested that this means it's somehow no longer her responsibility. I frankly don't care. I want to find this person.
And here's where I begrudgingly agree with Zoe. It's not technically my problem at this point, but I want to see where this trail leads. If you head topside, I'll pull the diagrams we'll need and contact you.
Hi, how you doing? Excuse me. What's wrong with jetpacks all of a sudden?
To tylko ja. Sprawdzając, czy tam coś jest.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs. But I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
Athena Tower to jest.
I'm so behind him.
Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections.
Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
Serio? Nie mam moda, który by to hakował. Bo mi się kurwa nie chce rozwiązywać tego. Hmm. To jest kurwa po niemiecku? No. No chyba kurwa kogoś pojebało, zamiast to kurwa ułatwić, to jeszcze bardziej komplikują, noż ja pierdolę. O! To może chyba hakować szybko. Wy chyba nie słyszycie tego, nie? Co on gada. Czekajcie. Robimy to tak. System, dźwięk, mikser głośności i operę ustawimy, urządzenie wyjściowe na game.
There are going to be spoilers ahead because I'm going to do a complete walkthrough. So if you're concerned about the spoilers, you might want to tune out when we get into the Wolf system. Okay, having said that, let's go. We're going to go to Wolf because that's where we're going to pick up the quest activity to actually go get the digipick. So as soon as we get through this grab jump sequence, we'll pop into Wolf, and the first thing we should see after a few seconds is a message indicating that our ship's AI has picked up a distress beacon. Saved you a little reading there. Okay, here we are in Wolf. And here's the message. And what it tells us to do is go to Chithonia and do a scan for a shipwreck. So let's do that.
No gościu chyba nawet lore dodał do tego moda.
Set course and travel. Nice little cinematic. Now, we're in a position to scan, so let's go ahead and do that. Nothing there initially, but after the scan, we see this unexplored crash site. Let's go down and have a look at that. Okay, exit our ship. And there's the crash site up ahead. We can just see a little bit of wreckage. Now, as we advance to the crash site, I'm going to do something real quickly. I'm going to turn on God mode, and you'll see why. So let's go up here. We're looking at the crash site. You can see all this wreckage strewn around. So let's advance in here to see what's up with this. And we've run into a difficult situation. Volatile gas detected. Okay. So, had I not put on God mode, you would have been dead. I'll say simply that there are two methods to get around this, but we won't talk about them. I'll leave that for you to find out. So, let's have a look around. Oh, well, that's a little sad because it blew away our body, and our body is where the digipick was. So let's go back and reload this autosave. This autosave happened as you approach the crash site because it may take you a bit to sort out how to get around that explosion. So I'm going to go in here real quickly since we're in God mode, and I'm just going to rifle through this corpse and get all this stuff. Try to run away from the explosion. That probably wouldn't have been far enough away, but we do have the stuff that we came for. And if you look, there it is, the DX-101 prototype. And there's also a backstory. The pilot, a guy named Vasily Markov, this is how he came to acquire this thing. So that makes for a little background reading. Once we're in the site, there are a couple of things that you might wander around and fill your inventory with. If we come over here, there's a weapon case. There's a potential for rare weapons. And we got one, so. That noise you saw earlier was me changing keyboard layouts. I type with a Dvorak layout, and I sometimes forget to change going into the game. Since the game doesn't really know about those, I have to do it manually. Okay, looking around some more. I know that there's something else out here to be had.
Ja pierdolę, nagrał tą skającą klawiaturą. Mikrofon kurwa przy klawiaturze położył.
Perhaps not. I'll just leave this as a mystery. It may be that what was supposed to be found here was blown away by the explosion. I can't say that to a level of certainty, but that may be the case. All right, but that's the setup. That's how you get it. And now we're going to do one last thing. We're going to go over and we're going to move to a test cell that I've set up so that you can see how this digipick works. And it's pretty simple, really. You just point and click Okay, this one's opened with a computer, so obviously I'm not going to do that. The next one, oh, this is an interesting case. It'll show you something about the digipick. First, let's enable it. Go to Aid, and we're going to put it in extended mode. What extended mode does is it allows us to unlock anything, even if our security skill isn't high enough. Underneath the covers, it artificially sets your security skill temporarily so that you can get into master locks and whatnot. So here's the interesting edge case that you can run into. Probably won't, but I thought I'd explain it anyway. So I'm going to open this. And all I had to do was click back out. It's unlocked, except it isn't, right? But if you look up here, this is unlocked. So the reason that happens is because we can't, through the API, actually determine what's under the reticle. We have to look in the player's field of view. And what we do is we scan ahead of us and we look for the closest thing to a sweet spot, which is about a meter out and a meter up. And whatever is there is what we unlock. So you could conceivably run into this where the reticle and the unlock don't match, but simple enough, just do that. Once the other's unlocked, then there's only one thing in our lock sweet spot to do. And this is just a test area. It'll unlock everything in here with no difficulty. A few words on operation. The digipick has limitations, and this is mostly because I wanted this to be available for Xbox. Since I can't use a script extender, I have to use what APIs exist. And the limitations are that obviously the first one we talked about there, where I've got to look in the field of view to find locked objects because I don't get an event from the reticle. That's the first one. The second one is there's no way to update locked items. So when we do this cheat, it doesn't advance your security skill and it doesn't increment the number of locks. Those are the biggies, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. And the help messages that you get in the configuration. Well, let's look because this is all documented. Go on to prototype and then we'll look on the help screen, limitations. Oh, one last thing, yeah. The minigame won't start unless you've got an actual digipick in your inventory. So I will automatically add one under the covers if you don't have one and maintain that just so that this works in all cases. All right, that's it for this mod. Hopefully this is the last video that I need to make on this.
Ej, fajne, gościu nie dość, że dodaje moda, to jeszcze go... On jest płatny. Kurwa. Tamto jest płatne, a to jest darmowe. No i chuj. Musimy wrócić do... Ale to zrobimy szybki zapis. wrócić do menu głównego. Bodajże. W grze? Jesteśmy w grze. Bodajże w dzieła i teraz nie wiem, czy sam ściągnie, czy muszę to przeklikać. Że zaraz się okaże. Tam coś ogólnie czytuję u góry. No nie, widzicie? Dlatego idziemy do bodajże to są moje. Noż kurwa, przecież dodałem go. To jest. O, tu jest. Digipix skip. To już? No już. No i teraz...
Aha. Open. The suspense is killing me.
O to chodziło. Jesteśmy Starbornem, więc możemy mieć takie moce, kurwa. No. Wkurwiały te minigierki już. Ja, czy my ogólnie tu możemy znaleźć coś fajnego, czy nie bardzo? Tanksa możemy sobie zjeść. No, bo czasami w takich miejscach mogą być jakieś naprawdę istotne rzeczy. Dobra, idziemy dalej. No i ogólnie możemy to dać albo Zoe, albo tej.
Need to get something off my chest. I sold my sister's ship.
Czemu na port kosmiczny? Nie bardzo chciałem na port kosmiczny. No dobra. Sprawdzam, czy są jakieś osoby poszukiwane.
Have you ever met anyone like that? Just
Guess he's got a file on you.
Nie pamiętam, co to robiło ogólnie, co ten sidequest robił. Możemy spróbować sobie przeczytać, jeżeli się uda. Są sidequesty? Nie. Main questy? Sidequesty? Hmm. Najgorsze jest to, że one są po angielsku, a ja mam grę po polsku. I chuj. Zmienne prądy. Nie no, to nie to. O, co to za misja? Czy ja tej misji nie znam, nie? To jakaś kurda jeszcze inna misja. Maćko, ten jak leży. Tu mamy kurwa. Serio by to tak było? No? Dobrze przetłumaczył. Dobra. Damy tu Luizie, bo ona zapoczątkowała to pomnienie questów, więc...
So you tracked it down. Great. I'll get this back to Mass for analysis. I'm not stupid. I know Zoe probably made you an offer. And I'm really glad we got to work together on it.
Got a moment? Let's catch up.
No, jak chcesz gadać, to wyjść bez to.
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is to charge you for a DP in A and B, B and E, or heaven forbid in MS. But at least then we wouldn't have to worry about a VOP, am I right?
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. No, I apparently read at least a few of these. I just don't remember. It was a difficult time. Guess I didn't think of it that way, but yes, it was sad. It was also comforting, though. So, most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there. But the message was garbled after that. Kind of. I mean, it depends, right? If it's something that's still happening today, then I care. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. No, he was frustrated and angry. He said they were going to destroy his name. He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded so upset. Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. Oh, I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. His former employers had some job he took before he died. I think it was a mining company. Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail. No, I just thought it was garbled. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. He knows how to navigate archived and redacted legal documents, so he'll look for anything to do with Irvin on Gagarin. If those documents are protected, he might have to pay to access them. Might need to grease some palms, too. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense? I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
Fajnie. Musimy się zajmować sprawą sprzed 20 lat. Ja mam tu w ogóle nie odkryte wszystkim te...
If this shift doesn't end soon, my man is not. Let me know if I can help you.
They say never hire a man when a machine can do it for free. Down here.
Gdzie ja wlazłem? Co to jest? Ty, tam się coś dzieje. Halo? Wymaga klucza. Oni nie mają klucza.
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to food banks. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need. Perfect. It just so happens there's a time. Indeed. Sometimes people with mutual interests seek each other out, and by working together. As for the job, I need you to pick up a man named Tahir over at the med bay. He's recovering from some injuries and needs assistance getting back to us. I'd like you to pick him up, grab a bite to eat. I'm afraid not. Even after you're healed, it takes time to recover from something like this. Most people have family and friends to lean on, but Tahir has no one. On top of that, he's a young and prideful man. That's a touchy subject. Tahir's had several run-ins with you. He also blames the UC for the condition, and since he won't accept help from the authority, in one of the poorer districts near where the children play soccer. Take him that far and Tahir is prideful, and I don't want him to feel like you help. Great, you'll find him over at the med bay. He's probably hungry, so after you pick him up, escort him over to Kay's. She should have a meal ready for him to take home. And thanks. Remember to stop by Kay's and get him something to eat. Humans are social animals. That's how we evolved. But there are all sorts of situations. Is that what this is? In modern life, it's so easy. This is a common problem. Well, if you're up for an intensive session, we can work on it.
O lol, można usunąć cechę ekstrawertyzm.
No problem. Let me know if you change it.
Ty, nie wiedziałem, że tak można zrobić. O lol.
Thanks for picking up Tahir. And if you don't mind, don't tell him we started as an intellectual movement built around atheism. As our numbers increased, we began focusing on humanitarian efforts and showing what humanity can achieve when we work together. We don't exactly pass around an offering plate, if that's what you're asking. But we do run mostly on donations. And as you might have guessed from the surroundings, we try and stretch those donations as...
Aha. To jest jedna z religii chyba w tej grze.
I'm not much for prayer. Tried it once, didn't stick. But maybe it's like tape. I was just on the wrong side. Kay's place is like a second home. Problem is, I don't really have a first. What you see is what you get. Work's rough, day's rougher. But I like to think when things get bad, that's when people's kindness shines brightest. Even down. No, I came here like a lot of folks, looking for work. It's an ongoing search. Ones who've been here for a while, they can't even sleep. Maybe someday I'll... Nope, just make sure you wipe your feet. You track mud in, then someone's gotta sweep. Most days, that's me. Take it easy.
To w ogóle jest podpisane? A tu. House of the Enlightened. Oni są na mapie? Nie są właśnie. No, ale zobaczcie, teoretycznie... Teoretycznie tu się do nich powinno zejść, do tych cweli, co tam są. Tu, czyli... Czyli gdzie? Tu nie. Czekajcie jeszcze raz. Jedzie, bo się zgubiłem. Tu. Czyli tu. Tu się do nich schodzi. I też wymaga klucza. Coś mi tu nie pasuje. To jest co, demobil? Ej, jaka etka, co jest?
Happy to make a deal. You need stuff, I need credit. I got contacts all over. Stock may not be so reliable, but a lot of people will tell you it's the worst. One step above being homeless. Me, I like it. More real down here. Topside, but hey, look around. You see, it's a big organization. Lot of planets, lot of people, whole lot to keep track of. Sometimes stuff falls through the cracks, but that's all right. Absolutely.
No a tego Beowulfa tu nie ma.
Hey, take it easy.
O chuj ci chodzi, nic nie ukradłem. Rzucił na mnie.
Everything good? We're here to help.
People in the well need a whole lot more than just security.
Give to be stationed in the embassy district.
No loitering, okay? Stay safe out there. Can't say I'll have what you need. Stop by anytime.
I help out Henry from time to time. Not very often. Okay, then. Salina's Hardware is now open for business. I'm sure.
I don't need your help. I can walk home on my own.
Suit yourself. But if you get lost or end up in a cell, don't blame me. I tried to help. You didn't hear this from me, but those eclectic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know where the soccer nets are? My apartment's in the same area. I had a bad case of the brain fog. I can't seem to remember which way to go. Really? Is this some sort of scam? Andy Singh. Wow, thumbing up. All right, you win. Seeing as I got no one else. So, go on, lead the way.
Dobra, muszę iść do toalety. Zaraz przyjdę. Dobra, jestem. Muszę tak mikrofon położyć, żeby nie był centralnie pod ryjem. To jak krzyknę, to lipa będzie.
Always nice to see a fresh face around. Do you know why this place has stood for so long? I make sure everyone's comfy. I've got it right here. Is this for you to hear?
Well, I don't have any credits, so...
Well, then you're gonna have to pay for it. Same as everyone else.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand?
Stay as long
No
as you
causing
like.
trouble in here.
And don't be a stranger. Sure I can. Just tell me who it's for. You again? That's what I thought. Well, I already...
Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome, kid. It's just good to see you alive and well. You know, there was a time when you...
Things change.
I know. Believe me, I know. And I get it's hard to come out.
I'm sorry, I...
Good. Here's the soup. Be careful.
Mam dziwne... Pierdolone. Mam dziwne wrażenie, że go zaraz zaatakują jakieś typy. Tu nie przejdę.
Ah, here we are. Home sweet home. At the end of the day, home is home, even if it's a bad one. But thanks for the help. I probably would have found it on my own, but it would have been a chore. Oh, right, the soup from Kay's. Man, it's been a long time since I had a warm meal. You might say that. Before I got hurt, I used to stop by Kay's every night for a soup and a sandwich. It didn't matter how bad my day was, or how empty my pockets were. As long as I had my food and my beer, I'd be good. All that weight would just wash away. And to be honest, I haven't felt that. So, you do? Thanks. I didn't know what to make of you at first. Not off. I'm glad I did.
On dostał zupę, a je kanapkę. Zajebiście, kurwa. No tu więcej misji nie ma w tym? Coś mi tu nie pasuje. Jak jest studnia po angielsku? to przyszłeś, tyle miał czyć. Jak cię wołałem, to sobie poszedłeś. Teraz to się w dupę cmoknij. To jest właściwie interaktywna mapa. Może ona nam pokaże. The Well. A potem się zarejestruję. Ej, tu są skill magazyny. Domu Kej. Czyli...
I wish I could go with you on your ship.
Tu jest dom Keja.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems. They'll let you-
A jak wejść do Keja? Chyba przez to trzeba przejść. A. No i proszę, jesteśmy w domu. I tu jest Nowy Atlantyk. Zapewnia trwały dostęp do przepisu na potrawę zapiekanką pasterską. O. Zajebiście. To podejrzewam, że toaleta jest, no właśnie.
See, I'd rather just ask them for it personally.
Cicho bądź.
Take care of Tahir for me, okay? That man's been through so much. You take care of Tahir for me, okay? That man's been through so much.
No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else. Mom, that's Kay, gets all the credit. Started making sure people felt welcome back when I was just... She had one rule. No causing trouble. Everyone abided by it. But their difference is, after a few years of feeding so many mouths, we needed extra credits to stay afloat. Didn't mean for this to turn into a business. If folks are willing to pay a little to have someplace to feel safe and get a decent meal... No real menus to speak of, but I'm happy to get...
You take care of Tahir for me, okay? That man's been through so much.
Spoko, spoko. Może ten klucz Keja będzie mógł otworzyć to. Nie wiem. Ale wiemy. Apex Electronics też coś jest. Nawet nie wiedziałem o tym. No leży sobie tutaj. No i właśnie o tym mówię, że te cholerne dziadostwa można bardzo łatwo przeoczyć. Coś jeszcze tutaj jest? Nie. są pokazane chyba dodatkowe lokacje, których nie znajdziemy. Monitoring room. Mission board. Są exity. Domy chyba. Sprzedawcy i NPC-ty. Ja nie wiedziałem, że można tu usunąć, że tu można usunąć introwertyka i ekstrawertyka bez sensu. O, Zoe jest napisane, że ona potrafi kontrabandę kupić, to wiem. No dobra. Nie mam bladego pojęcia, jak wejść w takim razie tam. Tam jakaś sekta, kurwa, jest. To odblokowuje się w innym miejscu, tak mam napisane. A tutaj? To odblokowuje się w innym miejscu. Tu ogólnie jeszcze jedna misja była, bo ja na moim pierwotnym save'ie ją robiłem. I w tej misji chodziło o to, że ktoś chciał się włamać. Nie do Keja, tylko do Apex chyba. Albo tu, do tego się chcieli włamać. Ale bladego pojęcia nie mam, jakim cudem ja wtedy to zlecenie przyjąłem. Była też chyba misja właśnie coś tutaj z lekarką?
We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do. Funny story about that. Over time, the walls and the ceiling don't have much of a choice. We've scraped by for a good long. We're no reliant. Okay, what seems... Not sure what you'd expect me to do. I'm not seeing anything.
Halo, tu są drzwi otwarte.
Yeah, well, newsflash, but in fact, I dislike you with such conviction. What do you say we go 10 rounds? Yeah, well, luckily for you, I actually heard. Doc says it'll. Yeah, we'll take a rain check, but once my hand heals. What do you want to know? Oh yeah? Maybe I'll hide my boot in your ass if you don't quit. That is, unless you're with security. I'm actually a very nice. Are you kidding? Take a look around. You're only good thing, but I can't even. Hey, beat it!
Howdy.
You buying? You better be buying. I don't... Down here? Like that's somehow different from other bars? Worse, mate? What are you? A structural engineer? I know full well what down here. First of all, I didn't ask. Second, don't blow smoke up my ass. We both know it. All right, then. I have half a man behind you, just like Katie.
Gdzie my żeśmy weszli nagle?
What even was that?
Co? Jakim cudem oni mnie przyłapali? Dla kradzieży. O nie, spierdalamy. Aha. Ja was załatwię. Nara, frajerzy.
UC security, you're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. Have it your way.
To co jest? Jebane kurwa cwele. O Jezu, ten tu raz czuje do mnie złość. No już kurwa mać jebane cwele. Mm.
You take care of Tahir for me, okay? That man's been through so much.
Co ma od tamtej pory nic żeśmy tutaj nie zmienili. Tyle, że może w Jacku byliśmy. No jak te kurwy jebane mnie stąd widzieli, że coś podpierdalam, no nie wierzę w to. Pierdolę. Pojebane, kurwa. Teraz nie wiem, czy ja zabrałem te czasopismo, czy nie zabrałem Apexa. Nie zabrałem, widzicie, bym pominął to. No i dobra. Za cholerę nie wiem, jak ja tą misję wtedy aktywowałem. Tu była jeszcze jedna misja. Na bank. Chyba, że ona dziś mi się aktywowała i siedzi w drobnych, kurwa. To neon jest, to nie. O! Tu jest jakaś misja. Hilton Fusher jakiś. Może to będzie to.
Hey, you might want this.
A to nie jest ten, kurwa, od drzewa? Jak ja przecież z nim gadałem już. Ja pierdolę. No pewnie, że tak.
If I move back to Neon, I'd miss New Atlantis like crazy.
Can you believe this tree was here before the city?
I hadn't expected to run into you. Indeed I am. The success of my previous venture, there is growing concern. Oh my. The data we gathered points to a definitive trend. The vibrations, because we've never seen this before, not on this scale, we have... It's imperceptible by normal human standards now, but... Yes, and not just humans. All organic life will be affected. Low-frequency vibrations are not uncommon in this species. The vibrations help disperse nutrients throughout the tree. However, if the vibrations continue to increase in frequency and strength, prolonged exposure could lead to harmful and potentially deadly side effects. It's imperative we find a way to correct this. There is data regarding other, younger members of the species. Unfortunately, there are some... What? No, that is one of the other researchers in MAST, Emilio Hadek. He and I don't see eye to eye, and so far, he's refused. I'm hoping that if someone else were to ask, he might be more... That would be a miracle. Emilio may work for MAST, but he's not much of a scientist. In any case, whether you... The last I saw of Emilio... Good luck, friend.
Of all the assignments they could have given me. Could you stand a little to the left? I think you're blocking. Trees? I see what's going on. No way. Kelton is actively ruining my career. Whatever this thing is he's on about, he's just doing it to me. Kelton screwed me over good. Right. He really won't let this go. Well, maybe I can... Okay, you know what? But I'm only going to do so after you've helped me secure... Oh, don't worry. You're just going to erase some files for me. Make sure I look good next time promotions get passed. Wait, really? Wow. I've gotten a few bad performance evaluations in the last couple of years. Totally unjustified. I found a backdoor into the MAST network so I could make some changes to my personnel file. But it turned the only way to get access is from the terminal in her apartment, which is kind of... Only if someone catches you doing it. Just get in, access her terminal, delete the file. Between you and me, as little as possible. I'm just kidding, of course. I work really hard at my job. Studied in computational bioscience. These days, I just help out wherever I can. Waiting for a good opportunity. Maybe an opening in administration.
Ej, ja w sumie cię... A gdzie zgubiłem tego? Własko.
I've got a slogan, Bart.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Przy okazji usunąłem pliki Claytona.
Clouds are slow and wet. It doesn't have to.
Hey, Captain.
It just happens.
Right with you.
O, Reliant w sumie jest. Możemy sobie... Nie, Reliant nie. Dobra. To Enchant było. Dobra. Przejdźcie do Nowej Atlantydy. O, tak samo można podejść i wejść. Co robisz, debilu skończony? Jezu.
Hey now, what was that about?
Kurwa!
At least you're a distraction from work. You have some good news for me? Oh, boo-hoo. We both get what we want. I took a peek on the network, saw that things have updated. Great job. You came through for me, so now I'll do the same for you. This slate has all the data. Hand it over to him, stuff it down his throat. It's all.
You see, he's got a file on you.
I tried to tell my colleagues that botany was important. I tried to warn them. I hope you have the data. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry if this was complicated. I'd prefer to remain unaware of the details in the event that... And I suppose I'd better verify the data to make sure Emilio didn't double-cross. But you have once again come through for me. I'm truly hoping that... Clearly, I am doing all I can. Thank you for your assistance.
Dobra.
Diplomacy will never die. The question is, will it be used in good faith? I'm a student of history, which also makes me a student of war schemes. I used to work in interstellar affairs before I was dismissed due to some of the... But I am not retired, not by a long shot. I do a lot of reading and take... We don't have trees like this on the other systems. There's a calming presence about. After all, neither you nor I could pull out the root. For while there is beauty above, everything that matters. It's grand, isn't it? Testament to humanity's ability to Let's be honest. The treaty is nothing more than a carefully... If it's a testament to anything, it's mankind's ability to love. Excellent. I do have... In my spare time, I like to collect plants. The rarer, the better. One of my prized collections is an olive seed. Yes, but I once worked as an emissary to both the Freestar Collective and... If a snake spends enough time underwater, people might mistake him for a fish. Incidentally, I did try, but the god had other ideas. Bad ideas, I'm sure. Involving more bruises than I was willing to... But if you are the sneaky type, perhaps you could... A lone olive tree growing in this garden of alien life would send a message. People might interpret it as a message from God. And truth be told, some might call it manipulation, but I like to think we're helping people choose what they need. Thank you. I'll have a
Co to jest?
Being said, there's people who haven't...
Trees here are quite beautiful. They remind us how important. Sadly, yes. The director has merely called for an intermission in the audience, but behind the curtain. The stagehands at mast are busy. Well done. In about 5 years, it will grow, and lo and behold, just as the people begin to doubt the armistice, a miracle blossoms right in the embassy district, an olive branch. When people have trouble deciding, they often look for a sign. Some even flip a coin. I just want to make sure the coin they flip has two. Either way, I'd appreciate your silence in this matter going forward. And to ensure that, here's your reward.
I've been so tired lately.
Tu jest archiwum, tak? A tu co jest? Nic? Nic tu nie ma. Aha. Aha, tu jest tak jasno, że ja wcześniej w ogóle tego nie zauważyłem, że to jest otwarte. A po co się wchodzi do góry?
We've come a long way since the war. It's astonishing.
Po nic.
Never forget what the FC did. Never forget.
What's my problem with them? Really? I'm keeping the FC accountable for the terrible things they've done. The Colony War was an unforgivable tragedy. Countless lives could have been spared, but the Freestar Collective was out for blood. The Freestar Collective took my father away from me. Finally, someone that understands. It feels good to know that someone understands what I'm feeling. The FC won't get away with what they did. I'll be out here every day spreading the truth if I have to. If not for me, for everyone in the UC that wants justice. Well, I want it torn down, of course. The fact that there's even an embassy for them here after what they did? Tear it down. Tear it... Absolutely. The UC's olive branch should only go so far. Allowing the FC to have an embassy in the heart of New Atlanta. See you.
Ever run into spaces? Scumbags and scavengers.
Ryujin is hiring
Well, you're only as safe as your equipment out there. Goodness, no, I can't stomach. And preferably, I do. In this, not seeing people come back, but that whatever they put. Yes, by all means. Be careful out there.
Zmienimy Emilce włosy. Mam mikrofon aktywny? Mam.
All of our services are designed to minimize pain and maximize happiness. Hi, welcome to Enhance. Thanks so much for stopping in today. I'm sure my staff and I can accommodate your... If you're here to try something new, or all our services and records are... Oh my God. You should... You just took me a little bit off guard. It's like you read my mind or something. You see, I've run into a bit of an issue, a teensy little issue. I may have lost a data slate containing the confidential information of numerous patients.
O nie.
Things, you know, like payment, information, procedures done, age, birthdays, mailing addresses. Oh no, who am I kidding? This is so bad. If that information gets out, my business and reputation could be destroyed. No patient will trust me again. It's not. People's private information is at stake, ready to be taken by any bad actor that finds that damn slate. And worse, my reputation and please, I'm begging. Yes. Oh, thank you. And let's see, I frequent the Terror Brew nearby, as well as Whetstone. I also stopped by the Valberg building recently. Thank you for doing this. You're a lifesaver. Please, come back as soon as you have the slate. Oh, and don't read anything on it. It's confidential stuff, remember? If you'd ever like to make a change, we're up to the task.
Mały problem. Są 2 terabru. No ale niech mu będzie.
Chief Diplomat, I can't get enough of all the trees around here. No, I'm from Neon. I moved here a couple months ago for a job. It's a part of MAST's administrative wing. We handle relations between... One of our main focuses is making sure the armistice stays intact. I don't think any... Oh, I love it. I think New Atlantis is the most beautiful place in the settle. Thanks. Maybe I'll... Yeah, I work at MAP. I help solve Probably doesn't sound all that...
I leży coś tu? To ja myślałem. No, on nie doprecyzował, w jakim tym był. Dobra, Whetstone chyba jest tam. Może nie? Nie no. No to jest Whetstone jednocześnie. I Walberg. A, bo tu jest to i tu jest to, dobra. To zobaczmy, czy tu gdzieś się nie zgubił.
There are worse fates than eating appetizers at the Whetstone, love.
Well, I'll try not to fill up on their bread plate.
Never a dull day in the big city. Ever been to Sidonia? My brother. Hope to see you again soon.
Jest coś. No jest. Ja nie wiedziałem, że ten budynek jest osobno. Ogólnie rzecz biorąc. LOL, Argus Extractors tu jest. Pracowaliśmy dla nich.
You look familiar. Where do I know you from? Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means... So, what can I help you with? I heard about that. I'm glad you're okay. We appreciate it, but in the future, it's probably not wise to engage in conflict with the pirate. In light of that incident, we're actively looking at increasing our security budget. Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with the clients to nail down the details. She negotiates the terms of the contract and even supervises some of our more important work sites. That woman never stops impressing me. As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, whether they're far away, extra tough, or just plain dangerous. And we always get the job done on schedule at a... I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule. We're a small company, so a lot of us we just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. Thanks for stopping by.
Looking forward to my vacation. Sorry, do you mind talking with Aurora? She's better at handling clients than I am.
Who knew there'd be so much paperwork at a mining company?
Dobra, mamy tą tabliczkę. Tyle grałem w tą grę i nie zwróciłem uwagi, że to jest jakiś Walberg i w ogóle, że tam jest Argos. Tu możemy podejść w sumie, jak jesteśmy.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's...
SSNN is doing what it can. It's just that people are hard to reach these days. It makes it harder to relay drama.
If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your... It's important. We're close to the action here.
If you've seen something interesting, let me know. If it pans out into a full story, welcome to SSNN, if you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst. Sounds like you know him personally. Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you work real. I bet you have a story or two. Sounds like an old pickup line. But it really I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. So. Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their...
Oh yeah, that. I don't remember much. You can take it from here, Captain.
Bad blood between the fabled Constellation and the Crimson Fleet? Has all the markings of what we in the SSNN call a story. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group? Wow, an actual member of Constellation graces my office. Do we bow? Maybe smoke a pipe? So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph? How heartwarming. Constellation banding together with some dusty miners? I like it. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, and take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out. My source is back. Here to report anything else? You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left, the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true? I hear the robbers are provided free of charge. All part of the service. What happened to the robbers? The Shog... You did what? I mean, you're well spoken, but I'll do some research and make sure that these things are often messy. That's really good news. Usually, you were there. You were involved in result. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile... Huh. That's really good to know. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. If you have a new story for me, I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying...
to było od nich chyba.
I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some they'd probably be all for it if... Would you really? I'd owe you big time if you did. You've been a huge help on my other stories. Great. I had 3 interviewees and... You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want... You have another story for me? We're short-staffed, overworked, and not to mention there's a constant battle. So, dear Lord, He's a smart guy. He's way too damn cozy with the UC. And my biggest beef with him is he's credited with everything he reports, and he doesn't lift a finger. Back to the grind.
I will meet David. It's going to happen.
How can I help you enhance yourself today? How can I help you be the best you possible? You found it. Oh my God, thank you so much. You have helped a humble businessman. You saved me and my business. Thank you so much. Oh, I hope this hasn't tainted your perception of my wonderful facility. Well, I'm not at liberty to disclose any of our patients' personal motive, but gosh, it could be anything really. Something simple or a total reconstruction. Why you're here doesn't really matter. You're gonna love the results, I guarantee it. Well, I mean, not like as an official representative of the company. Oh, yes. Enhance's proprietary registered technology is absolutely the best in the settled. There is a reason we've been the #1 most trusted brand for Enhance will be here anytime you'd like a different look.
Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few. Probably not hours. But no guarantees.
No to podejdź tu. Będziemy tam sztypką gadać. No, chodź bliżej, kurwa. Za debil.
Hey, so I'm really enjoying our time together. Thought you should know. It's been a long time since I worked with someone so closely. And you haven't stopped me from looking into this stuff with Irvin either. So, thank you. See, that's what makes you a good captain in my book. You're supportive. On that note, I do have some news. So, I wanted to let you know that I heard back from my contact. They sent me a copy of some public records. There was a claim filed against Irvin, accusing him of damaging their investments. Looks like Irvin didn't even enter a plea. Some of Irvin's paychecks were seized, as well as any assets that weren't under joint ownership. The Hephaestus Mining Corporation, and they also won the case. He wasn't even on the planet for the duration of the trial. I think they scared him off. Anyway, this mining corporation, Hephaestus, sued Irvin, claiming they said he killed the apex predators in the area around the mine, which led to herd creatures overeating the grasses. That caused the soils to release too many gases too fast, which cost Hephaestus a ton of money. Thank you. So, is this a cover-up? If so, of what? And why did it So anyway, according to the court documents, there was a witness for the defense, who was a no-show too. Then Hephaestus won by default. They tried to take his apartment, but because it's in my name too, they couldn't. I didn't know he bought it. Must have been a better deal than renting for the time he was there. They withdrew their testimony the morning of the trial. Said they had a sincere change of heart. Yes, we plan to stay in the same system for a while. That doesn't mean we can't do anything about it. And if nothing else, I just want to know more about what happened to Irvin. So here's what I was thinking. I can persuade my contact to keep digging a little bit more. I don't want to press our luck, so I'll just ask them to follow up on one thing. Should I tell them to investigate the company more or look into the witness instead? For that much money? They'll do it. You know, this investigation is time-consuming, but it's also pretty cathartic. And who knows? Maybe if we solve this case, it'll mean a better future for Gagarin. But that's thinking too far ahead. Anyway, Captain, thanks for checking in with me.
Takie wyblakłe ma chyba te włosy, nie? Zobaczmy ten drugi.
You look enhance is here. Okay. Come back anytime.
Ej, w sumie... Teraz ma tak jakby bordowe.
Enhance is here. You're gonna love the result. Enhance will be here anytime you'd like a different look. How can I help you in, well, all our services? Come back anytime.
Galbank really wants the UC to know who's holding the purse strings, you know?
Well, listen, I have a lot on my plate right now. You don't look like a new hire stumbling through the... Really? You have your own ship? Oh, this is perfect. I have a business proposition for you. You're a law and order type? Well, this job is literally serving justice. Galbank is the agreed. Good. Well, confession time. I might just be a little bit. See, the world of credit analysis, you know, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, well, what I need is a ringer. Someone that can collect some of our top delinquents. What I need is you. Oh, I can tell you're eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst. Yes! So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam. And Dieter Maliki Jump's system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of... the job is simple. And we don't want him dead, we don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an... Well, I mean, yes. And you don't dome up on a dust ball unless you're serious. If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, but I cannot stress this enough, this is not the idea. Well, you may need to lean on him, scare him, nothing illegal, just talk to him. These are scofflaws, scum, flagrantly violent. I'll send over all the details. You find Dieter and bring him.
Good grief. Just once I'd like to deliver a cake to somebody instead of harassing people for money.
I hate to end on this note, but, you know, not everyone's a straight arrow. If you cut a deal with Dieter, honestly, I have no way of knowing. But don't expect any more jobs from me. Best of luck.
Can we run through it one more time?
You can over-rehearse. It'll sound canned. We've got to keep it up.
thinking I should just do that.
Go for it.
Boże, do studnica.
Something for you.
We're doing 3 gunshots this week alone. I guess we know where UC Security's priorities are. And a journalist? That's a surprise. Most people don't think anything that goes on in the well is... I'd be happy to help. Things are always rough at the med bay. I'm the closest thing to a doctor that the well has, and I can't treat everyone. The last few weeks have been especially bad. There's some kind of infection going around. It just breaks my heart. Oh, you're sweet to offer. There might be something you can do, if you're willing. Let's chat again when you have... Sure, if you'd like. My name's Talia. I was born and raised right here in the well. Once upon a time, I was a combat medic for the UC Navy. When the colony war ended, I came back to the well to put my skills to use for the people here. Things are always the same in the well. Violent and dangerous. I swear. All right, dear. You let me know if there's anything else I can... If you need patching up, we'll see what we can do. Oh, you remembered. I'm touched, dear, really. All the children seem to have the same stomach bug. But one of my colleagues, Dr. Lebedev, is an expert. If I had his research note... He works topside at Reliant Medical. It's easy to find. It's right... Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Stock's a bit low. A reporter. Fine, but I'm only talking basics. I don't like people... Door's still open, isn't it? That's my idea of success. Sorry if you were hoping for something more flowery. Name's Henrik. I own Apex Electronics. That's all I'm willing to say to some nosy reporter. How the hell do you think? Life's a mess down here. I'm not holding my breath for it to get any better. Great! Now...
If you don't take it personal if I don't stop to chat. Lots to do, not nearly enough hands to do it all. Absolutely. I'm sure my mom would be proud to have the place featured in an article. What's up? Business is steady, as usual. We don't tolerate violence or disrespect, so a lot of folks like to spend time here. The only thing that's worrying me is a new group of customers I've seen hanging around lately. They've been watching the youth. I have a bad feeling they might be planning something. Case House has a reputation as a safe place. I don't want to be associated. Honestly, I'd really appreciate that. I'd feel terrible if something happened and I hadn't done anything. Why don't you come by when you have some spare time? Yeah, sure thing. I'm Teresa Mason, and this is my home. My mom's the Kay who founded Kay's House. I grew up here along with the business. My mom passed the place on to me when she decided to retire. Running it is my pride and joy. Same as ever. I've lived in the well. The UC government promises to clean the place up every couple years, but there's still just as much crime. That's why Kay's house is so important. It's the one place people in the well feel safe. Be sure to put that in. Great. Let me know in the article.
Wracaj tu, bolero.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Would you? I'd really appreciate it. I saw them hang. They sure looked suspicious. They've been coming here regularly. I thought I heard them mention. I'd rather you didn't. I want to make sure I'm right about this before we go to security. But I have to be sure they're up to something before I get the authorities involved. I don't want to get anyone on. Why don't you do a little sleuthing for me? Maybe you'll have better luck. We can decide what to do once we figure out.
I don't know, Isaac. Seems like a tough joint to crack. Nah, that's just what they want you to think, Louis. You see security around here? No, but nothing. I say we strike while the iron's hot. I get a feeling that goody two-shoes at Kay's place is gonna rat us out.
She was giving us some serious side-eye last time we were in there.
See, no time like the present. We'll do it tonight. It'll be fine, trust me. We'll be in and out in time to make last call at Jake's. If we can make this happen, we'll be real big shots around here.
I sure hope we can make it happen.
Wait.
No shortage of hungry mouths. Damn. I was hoping I had it wrong. I guess that settles it. We have to get the authorities involved before they can... You should take this straight to officer. If he gives you a hard... Thanks. Let me know when you've made...
Something to report?
Just one quiet day. Too much to ask
Never a
for.
dull day for security. Well, that's what we're here for. The UC surplus. You sure about that? It's hard to argue with first-hand info. I'll head over there now to check. Those thieves won't be so cocky with security on patrol.
That was quick. How'd things go?
That's why I started serving food all those years ago.
Don't take it personally. Endler's not usually one to trust strangers. That's why I told you to use mine. I'm glad you were able to talk him into it. Thanks for your help with this.
There are a few injuries that can't be addressed. Welcome to a medical problem. Sick children. Well, let's see. I've uploaded some of my notes. And give her my best, will you? I hope everything works out for...
To gdzie stoi?
You talk and get paid. If you have a new story for me, I'm very happy to... Hey, that's great. Thanks so much. It's that bad? I'm glad I'm writing this story then. Maybe the government will finally make good on... I can't thank you enough for helping me out. I'll send you a copy of the story if it gets published. There's nothing like seeing your name. I have a feeling we'll see each other again.
You might want this.
Problem?
I've got limited resources. Really? Let's see. Ah, this is perfect. I knew Dr. Lebedev would have what I needed.
Yeah.
I'll have this solved in no time with these notes for reference. Thank you so much, dear. Really.
Zaraz przyjdę.
No, I don't got a problem. I'm just a messenger. Yeah, well, then change the message. I don't think this day can get any better. Apparently that's the law, and it's been in existence from the beginning.
Something like that would have been changed by now.
again? It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's me. I know people say it's a scam. I really think I should give it a shot.
Sounds like a bad idea. What was the name of that guy? The contact for the job?
I don't know.
My boss says that if I pay enough money, she'll give me a promotion.
Wow.
The petition doesn't say we want to kick people out of the world. Just that there should be more oversight. We're going to see.
Shit was for more genetic diversity around us. I'd hate it if a single disease could wipe them all out.
Good for you.
What's the word for that? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I haven't got a clue. I don't think that's how it works. You've got to save some for the engine.
You just haven't had a run-in with doing things. That'll take you time to realize.
Oh, yeah? I just think I need to go all in. I don't want to waste my time struggling to get to middle management.
Go for it.
How are you holding up?
I'm feeling all right. A friend of mine bought this shit. It's literally called the Narcissist. So yeah, I definitely think it's good. Seriously, what do they even need a ship for? There's so many other things you can buy with those credits.
So I told them, sorry, that I'm not traveling halfway
later and grab something to eat. Redemption. Just do it somewhere else. We work to live, but can't make a living. So then we begin to live to work, and do that every day until we die.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Well, if you hear some engine noises at the meeting tomorrow, that's me hitting the eject button.
They
No dobra, jestem. No co jest? Panie kurwa Razer. O, dobra, działa. Masz szczęście.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something. We're in uncharted territory here. It's, of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And the tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening. I don't. Not for sure. It's all a theory, certainly, but it is completely... it's the best we have to go on. That's a very reductive and borderline insulting way of looking at things. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive... As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible. We're continuing to see an increase in the strength and frequency of the vibrations. I don't know how much more significant it will become. If there's no response, the tree may vibrate itself, and some nearby portion of the city, to destruction. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City. No, nor in the short run, as it turned out. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch. I knew you would understand. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kessler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. But we don't have any time to waste.
You have a nice day now.
This place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science.
I have been idling and awaiting my next order for some time now. I will go where...
Spins gave up my room in the lodge so Andreja had a place to call her own. Oh, sore. One too many squats. And the darkness get... Found one.
Hey, let me know when you're ready to take me along with you. Should only be a few years. If you want to talk, make it quick. I think I'm late for Noelle's science lesson. Yeah, a little bit. That planet was the only real home. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it feels like I've left my family behind. But you and Sarah were right. I had to move on with my life. And hey, well, there's no other people my age here at the lodge. Actually, Noelle is pretty nice. She said she'd teach me some stuff about science. Besides that, I don't... Come back and visit me again.
If we need to get closer, let's move in.
Sure. Crash gry. Tak z dupy. Hmm. To nie crash gry, to zwycha systemu. LOL? Halo?